Today's video, we're going to be talking about moving to the Treasure Valley in Idaho. And if you don't know about the Treasure Valley, or if you want to learn more about the Treasure Valley, this is going to be the video you need to watch. So stay tuned for all the value we're going to provide in this video today. Let's get to it. All right, guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. And if you're new here, you need to make sure that you press that subscribe button, you turn on the likes, and you turn on notifications for more videos just like this on a weekly basis, because this is going to be the best YouTube channel as far as Idaho goes. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Now, with that being said, today we're going to be talking about Treasure Valley, why I personally chose to move to Treasure Valley, and then it's a lot of things that some people may or may not know as far as what it has to do. So we're going to confirm some things, we're going to bring some new things to light. We're just going to give you guys a lot of information today about the Treasure Valley. So let's go ahead and dive into it. First, we want to talk about what the hell is the Treasure Valley. So why is it so widely talked about in the state of Idaho? What cities are even in Treasure Valley? Is it an area? Is it a spot? Is it a hidden gem? No, it's the spot you want to move, and it is the #1 area that is populated as far as in the state of Idaho, and I'll tell you why throughout this video. So with that being said, where is the Treasure Valley? The Treasure Valley we're basically named the Treasure Valley due to the amount of treacherous resources and just natural beauty it had to offer. So that's where the name Treasure Valley comes from. But the cities that are directly tied to that is going to be Boise, Meridian, Nampa, Star, Kuna, Caldwell, Middleton, and probably one of the best ones, Eagle. So now out of those cities, my personal favorites are going to be Meridian, Eagle, and obviously you have to give credit to Boise because Boise is absolutely amazing. But as far as the Treasure Valley itself, that is pretty much what people are talking about as far as location wise when they're talking about the Treasure Valley. So it's mostly areas from Ada County, to be a little more broad as far as where the location is county wise. And then as far as on the map in Idaho, we're talking about southwest Idaho. So it's going to be on the lower left hemisphere of the state. So now you guys have an idea of as far as what it is, where it is. We're going to talk about why people are moving here. Like, why are so many people moving to the Treasure Valley? If you're moving to the Treasure Valley, what you should expect. And we're just kind of give a good overall perspective from someone that currently lives here. And I actually just purchased my own home. I just purchased my second home in the state of Idaho. Thank you. I appreciate it. All jokes aside, but I did just purchase my own personal home, and I do live in Meridian. And the reason why I chose Meridian specifically is because Meridian is currently building a super village, which, if a lot of you aren't familiar with the village in Meridian, it's basically like just a beautiful, luxurious shopping center that a lot of people from all over love to come down to during the weekends, during the weekdays, to just come shop, eat ice cream, enjoy the fountain. There's so much that the village has to offer, and a lot of people really love the village. And then I got word that they're building a super village, which is supposed to be completed by the end of year 2025, or at least we should be able to start visiting and traveling around and seeing what they have to offer. So basically what that meant for me was it's a good investment opportunity. So me personally, I'm kind of one of those people. I like to invest in things and make sure that money makes sense. And if you're one of those individuals, then I would be looking at somewhere like Meridian, or if you kind of care more about other things, which we'll talk about more in the video. But for me personally, that's the reason why I chose to live in Meridian near this super village that they're building, because I knew I wanted to build equity in my home. So that's why I personally moved here, and I did move here from Idaho. I already lived in Idaho. I've been here for almost 8 years. I'm about to hit 8 years next month. And the reason why I originally came here, I tell a lot of people, I relocated from Kansas to California. Then from California, I enlisted into the military, and then I joined the Air Force, and I got stationed here in Mount Home Air Force Base, Idaho. But from there, I separated from the military, got into real estate, and with that being said, I am a licensed real estate agent in the state of Idaho. So please make sure you guys reach out to me. This is my cell phone number, my personal cell phone number at that, with my email address. So reach out to me. I am the one that answers all calls, text messages, and emails. And as much as I love making these videos for you guys, I would love to help you with your home buying needs. So reach out to me. Now, with that being said, I did end up purchasing a home in Mountain Home First, which for those of you that may really love kind of like a more small town, not too much going on, pretty low crime rate, pretty cheap as far as cost of living, which Mountain Home is significantly cheaper, just so you guys know, as far as the Treasure Valley. But I eventually wanted to head up more towards the Treasure Valley and live in the Treasure Valley because it has so much more as far as what you can do, The cost of living is more expensive compared to mountain home, but with that, I get a lot more amenities. I have a lot more options as far as grocery stores and restaurants and entertainment, which we're gonna talk about as well. So for me, it was a no-brainer because I also love just the atmosphere here. I feel like there's a lot more people that I can interact with. There's so much more socializing. I can go to much more events and just, I love people. So for me personally, it just made sense to make the move here and just have a higher quality of life as far as what I wanted from where I lived. So now with that being said, now that I gave you guys my whole spiel, let's talk about why a lot of other people are also wanting to move to this area. So now for most people, they really love the outdoors, and the Treasure Valley has all of that. I'm talking about, you have rivers, you have lakes, you have dams, you have hot springs, you have hills, you have mountains, you have everything here that pretty much offers you the full capability to do anything that you can think of as far as outdoor recreation. So if you're someone that's into, maybe you like snowboarding and skiing, or maybe you like to go fishing, or maybe you like to go golfing, which right behind me, say hi to the golfers. Right behind me, we have golf courses, and golf courses are everywhere in the Treasure Valley, and they have some of the most beautiful scenery from each golf course. Now, obviously, do your research on different types of golf courses and maybe what you like to play or the skill level that you like to play at. And now, I know I say this every time, but I don't even know if golf is considered outdoor recreation, but we're gonna put it on there anyways if it's not. But coming back to it, not only can you do all that, you can do jet skiing, you can go waterboarding, you can go hiking, you can go bike riding, you can go trail riding, you can enjoy the Boise River, which is absolutely beautiful if you love to go travel against water, or maybe you like to just sit in a floaty and just coast around. You could do that at the Boise River as well, or you can take a walk across the Green Walk. There's so much things that you can do as far as outdoor recreation in the Treasure Valley, and that is probably the #1 attraction as far as people relocating to Idaho, and more specifically into the Treasure Valley. But now, since we already talked about outdoor recreation, I want to come back and talk about something else, which is going to be the weather aspect, right? So obviously I'm telling you, oh, you can snowboard and go enjoy the water, which means yes, Idaho does have 4-season weathers. If you like the cold and you also like the heat, but you also like the spring, but you also like the fall, then you're gonna get all 4 seasons of weather. Now, I will say this because I always preach it before anyone heads out here. Do not trust Idaho's weather. It is more bipolar than any toxic relationship that you've ever been in. And if you haven't been in a toxic relationship, good for you, but that's literally the best way to describe the weather in Idaho. It could literally be sunny for 5 minutes, and then the next it's snowing, and then one day it's raining, and then the next it's blazing hot. It's just absolutely insane once you get into this weird transition of fall to winter and winter to spring. Is just an awkward transition. Now, summer's pretty consistent. It's pretty nice. It does get pretty hot. You can enjoy the water, you can enjoy the trail rides, and you can get a good sweat in if you're trying to accomplish that. But that's just a fair heads up as far as weather in the state of Idaho and then the Treasure Valley. Now, another big reason that a lot of people are moving to the Treasure Valley is probably one of the nicest areas as far as people. They just love talking with other people. They're so sweet, they're nice to you, they'll open the door for you, they'll say excuse me and thank you. And I literally have stood here on my porch multiple days, and everyone always comes by and says hi to me, and they're just so sweet. And this is everywhere. Now, like I say in most videos, it's not gonna be like that with every single person, right? Not every single person is very social or friendly, right? They may have ulterior motives or whatever it is, but for the most part, a lot of people are very genuine here in the Treasure Valley, and I've noticed that it may catch some people even off guard because they're so nice. But that's going to be another huge plus for people relocating to the Treasure Valley. Now, another thing I want to talk about, as I discussed earlier, I did move here for a higher quality of life, and I'm telling you, it is very surreal as far as the quality of life you get in the Treasure Valley. There's just so much to do. The people are amazing. It's very low crime rates compared to the rest of the nation when you compare it. Cost of living is more expensive, but quality of life, the things you can do, the amenities that you have available to you, it's just absolutely amazing how much happier a lot of people tend to become when they do end up moving here, maybe from a smaller town, maybe from an area that they're not very happy in. To add to that, you know, a lot of people are relocating from California to Idaho. There's a lot of people relocating from Texas and New York and all these areas from around the country, and even from across the world, to Treasure Valley specifically, because they feel like Idaho has a lot of the good that their states had once upon a time. But as far as what they're becoming, Idaho is very lenient as far as being conservative in the Treasure Valley. As far as politics, you can believe what you want, and you may get into a conversation and a heated argument per usual with someone if you start talking about it, but for the most part, it's very conservative here. And I think that just kind of adds to the quality of life, because you can be who you want to be and not be judged, or if you do have certain morals, or if you do have a moral compass that tells you this is okay and this isn't, you can also exercise that as well. So there's a very happy medium as far as the Treasure Valley specifically, as far as what it offers to you and how you align yourself and your families. Now, one of my personal favorites, and this is because I am also an entrepreneur, but for a lot of other people, this is an amazing area to start up a business or to come out and just join a very strong economy. The Treasure Valley's economy is literally blowing up. There's so many jobs, there's so many different companies moving out here, from Micron to Gym Reapers to Meta to Amazon's warehouse to Tesla. There's so much located here in the Treasure Valley. There's so much opportunity. Now, I will say, as far as the Treasure Valley, it is highly dependent as far as healthcare jobs, manufacturing jobs, and technology. So a lot of you that may enjoy working from home, a lot of people end up moving here and doing that. Or if you're in any of those career fields that may require you, this does have a huge need for medical professionals, technology professionals, and just people in general in those areas. Now, I will say there are a lot more job opportunities, and for people that maybe just are starting a small business or looking to expand their business, the Treasure Valley is an area that a lot of people are doing it because they know that this is such a small business friendly state, and they do love to support locals here. Like, if you ever walk around, you will see everyone loves their Boise State University gear. For one, I want to add on that note, you cannot ever, they will 1000% stand behind the college or the university as a whole, because here in Idaho, it is Go Broncos or one of the other local colleges. But for the most part, there is a crap ton of people that love Boise State here, and you will see it everywhere. So now, with all that being said, another thing I want to dive into, and this is probably one of the most important things to a lot of people, is going to be entertainment, right? What is there to do as far as entertainment wise? Well, one of the most common things that we already talked about is going to be outdoor recreation, right? But outside of that, what does Boise, Meridian, Nampa, all these cities in Treasure Valley have to offer? Well, the thing is, Idaho is very big as far as throwing events, right? So there's a lot of things they'll do for 4th of July or St. Patty's Day or Halloween. Just as far as all these different events that they throw throughout the year. They have the Soul Food Festival. They have so much activities going on as far as things that are going on around the year, around the clock, all year long, that you can literally participate in anything. Not only in the events avenue, then you also have the nightlife as far as the Treasure Valley. Boise is going to be more so for the people that like to go out to the clubs and go to the bars and things of that nature. Treasure Valley has a huge bar scene. So for those of you that really love your draft beers or just your different types of alcoholic beverages, you can really go out and just kind of roam around and find some pretty cool spots, especially downtown. There's a lot of hidden gems in downtown. And if you're into the club scene, then you can also find your clubs, and there's no fees unless it's like a big event or like a big holiday night or whatever it may be. As far as that, there's no entry fees for most of the clubs in Boise downtown either, which is also a plus. But with that being said, there's not so much a uniform or dress code at the bars either. So take that as you will, but you can enjoy the clubs if you're into that. And then if you're not into that, also they do, as far as entertainment, they have a lot of things such as the Village, which I discussed earlier. They have the Boise Mall. They have a bunch of movie theaters. They have a bunch of like trampoline parks and go-kart places. There's just as much things for kids as there is things for adults to come out and enjoy in the Treasure Valley as well, which is a huge plus. Now, something else I want to talk about is going to be the cost of housing in the Treasure Valley. Now, as far as the Treasure Valley as a whole, as of in February 2024, the housing market for all of Treasure Valley, so not just Boise specifically or Star specifically, Treasure Valley as a whole, the median price was $380K, which is down 11.1%. It's a great opportunity for a lot of people to purchase a home here before housing prices start jumping up into that $500-600K price range again. So if you're moving to the Treasure Valley and you're looking at purchasing a home, I highly recommend you do it now while interest rates are high. And as it gets better and it starts to drop, then you can refinance down the line. So as a lot of people say, they tell you to date the rate and marry the price, because the price will never change, but the rate can always be changed. Now, with that being said, what type of homes are in the Treasure Valley? So you're gonna have homes that are single family, you're gonna have mobile home parks, you're gonna have amazing investment properties as far as duplexes, quadplexes, triplexes. You're gonna have all types of properties. Now, as far as the types of homes you're gonna find in the Treasure Valley, you're gonna find everything from small, cute, charming homes, which are a little older, maybe have been updated, maybe have not, maybe they have their original charm, maybe they have a little more modern charm, to some of the most luxurious homes that you've ever seen, with waterfront properties and some even backed up to golf courses. So there's literally going to be no limit as far as the types of homes that are available to you in the Treasure Valley, which is also a huge plus for people wanting to move here. You can also find homes with land, you can also find homes with pools, you can find homes with tubs if you have a great real estate agent to negotiate, things like that. But with that being said, if you are relocating to the Treasure Valley, just know that you can most likely find something that you are looking for within the Treasure Valley as a whole. And with that being said, as far as the location of most things, a lot of the cities in Treasure Valley are all neighboring each other, so you're very close to everything. It doesn't feel like you have to drive an hour and a half to get somewhere. Usually it's just anywhere between a 20 to 30-minute drive typically to get to where you want to go. And traffic in Treasure Valley isn't terrible yet. It is below the national average. You can get to where you want to get to in a respectable time and not feel like you got stuck behind traffic, or gonna be late, or gonna be 30 minutes late to where you're trying to go, like California, where they have 3-hour delays in traffic sometimes. It's not there. We're just not at that point here in Idaho, and they continue to upgrade the highway systems and things of that nature to make sure that we don't have to accommodate as much. So with that being said, I dropped a lot of information on you guys. I do want to reiterate one more time that I am a licensed real estate agent, and I would love to help you guys here in the state of Idaho if you're relocating to the Treasure Valley or surrounding areas. So once again, here's my cell phone number, here's my email. I am the one that answers all calls, text messages, and emails myself, so please don't hesitate to reach out or schedule a time on my Calendly link in the bio. And if you guys have any questions, make sure you guys drop them in the comments. With that being said, make sure you like, turn on the subscription, turn on notifications for more videos just like this on a weekly basis. And I can't wait to see you guys on the next one. Much love, deuces.